YouTube, what's going on? Kevin the Tech Ninja here, and this is the OnePlus 7 Pro. In today's video, we're gonna compare it to the iPhone XR, Apple's more budget phone. I dropped my SIM card in between both phones over the past week, and here are the results. So first, let's start off with design. One thing the iPhone XR has going for it is that it is somewhat compact in comparison to the OnePlus 7 Pro. For me, I can easily use it with one hand, whereas the OnePlus 7 Pro, I definitely cannot. Both phones are premium in the hand because of their glass backs, but keep in mind the iPhone XR comes with an official IP67 water and dust resistant, but this is not the case for the OnePlus 7 Pro. While the OnePlus 7 Pro is technically has water resistance built in, they did not get certified for IP67, meaning that it's not an official certification, and regardless, warranties are voided if you get water damage anyways, but it's something that I wouldn't recommend testing out all the way. So both phones come in some pretty unique colors, but even if you don't like the colors, you can still get a D-brand skin. A D-brand skin can just change the way your phones look a little bit, add a little bit of texture, and give your phone a really unique design. Hit the links down below to D-brand your device. Both phones also come with a slider to toggle between sound profiles, and that is really handy. But a big difference is the screen. The iPhone XR has a 6.1-inch LCD display with around 720p resolution compared to the 6.67-inch OLED curved display with a Quad HD Plus resolution on the OnePlus 7 Pro. Side by side, the OnePlus 7 Pro's display is no comparison to the iPhone XR. It's just a better screen all the way around. Colors are better, the image looks better, the text is crisper, and also the hertz. You have 90 hertz versus 60 hertz, so everything looks faster and just overall smoother. Also, the OnePlus 7 Pro virtually doesn't have any bezels, while the iPhone XR has some pretty large bezels for a phone in 2019. So comparing the phones side by side, there's a huge difference on which phone actually looks better. Now, speaking of bezels, the iPhone XR does have a notch that comes down, and that houses the Face ID for getting into your phone, authenticating payments, and things like that, and also the camera is there too. Whereas the OnePlus 7 doesn't have any type of notches or any type of bezels, and what it does, it actually houses the camera inside the phone. So you go to your front facing camera, the camera slides up, and that's how you take selfies. And for getting into your phone and authentication, it's going to be an in-screen fingerprint scanner. The difference between the in-screen fingerprint scanner and the Face ID, well, the in-screen fingerprint scanner, to me, I think it just looks better, and also you can use it while the phone screen is technically off, whereas Face ID, you have to pick up the phone, look at it, and swipe up. It's kind of an extra step, but Face ID is more integrated into the OS better than you have your fingerprint scanner on the phone. So both phones also pack stereo speakers, and that's a first for a OnePlus phone. Keep in mind, neither of these phones come with headphone jacks. So if you want to plug in your earbuds, you can't do that. You're gonna have to rely on wireless. And when comparing both phones with my wireless Bose headphones, they both sounded just fine. I didn't have a true winner when it came to Bluetooth connectivity or just how the music sounded. And this brings us into performance. Both of these phones come with a high-end processor in the phone. So Apple uses the A12 Bionic chipset on the XR, and for the OnePlus 7, you're using Qualcomm Snapdragon 855. If you compare both of these phones side by side, there is no slowdown. The OnePlus 7 Pro Oxygen OS on top of Android 9.0 Pie, it's very clean, it's very snappy, while the iPhone XR on iOS 12 just keeps everything simple. With the iPhone's performance is what you'd expect from a newer iPhone. Everything works just fine. It's not blazingly fast, but there's no slowdown at the exact same time. Also, the menu structure is, what you'd expect from an iPhone, very simple, not doing a lot of things on top of anything, just keeping everything right in front of you, where the OnePlus 7 Pro has a lot of extra things that you can do, like floating windows and app and picture and all these extra bells and whistles that Android can provide and Oxygen OS can provide on top of that. Also with Oxygen OS, there's a couple of extra things you can do, like color tuning on the actual screen, and then you have a gaming mode which boosts the performance even more to get the best out of your phone when it comes to gaming, where the iPhone doesn't have those extra features. So neither phone comes with the option to expand its memory too, so whatever version you buy is pretty much what you're stuck with. The OnePlus 7 Pro does have an option for 12 gigabytes of RAM, compared to 3 gigabytes of RAM on the iPhone XR. And of course, both phones will come with up to 256 gigabyte versions too. But the base iPhone XR only comes with 64 gigabytes, and the same base with the OnePlus 7 Pro gives you double the storage at 128, and it's a faster UFS 3.0 storage, which makes boot up times faster and installing apps is noticeably faster too. But there's more than what meets the eye with the OnePlus 7 Pro, because it does come with 3 cameras on the back. You have 48 megapixel, 16 megapixel, and 8 megapixel cameras. There's a 3x optical zoom which crops in and sort of becomes a 2.2 optical zoom, and there's an option for wide angle lens that captures more detail. In both of these you would not find on the iPhone XR single 12 megapixel camera. In general, the shutter speed is pretty slow on the OnePlus 7 Pro. If you're taking pictures of something with a lot of activity, maybe a kid running around, or in this example, a golf swing, you're missing out a lot of extra frames, whereas the iPhone XR kept up pretty well. I think the overall image quality on the XR is better than the OnePlus 7 Pro. OnePlus 7 Pro camera is pretty good, but I do like the iPhone's processing a lot better, whereas the OnePlus 7 Pro seems to overprocess most images and things start to look unnatural. The front-facing camera on the OnePlus 7 Pro had a huge update and it looks a lot better than it was, but the overall camera package, the iPhone, I would say is more reliable. If I need to get that one shot, have one opportunity to take a picture, the iPhone is a better choice. Although the OnePlus 7 Pro has all these modes and different things you can do with the wide angle, and you get some really unique shots, I just think overall for quality of camera, the iPhone gets the nod here. So that's most of everything between these phones, hardware except for battery. The iPhone XR has the best battery life on any iPhone ever. It has a 2,942 milliamp battery, but the OnePlus 7 Pro has 4,000 milliamp battery, and that dwarfs the iPhone, anything the iPhone has. The 90 Hz refresh rate definitely impacts battery life on the OnePlus 7 Pro, but even with that, it still gets great battery life regardless. I really do like OnePlus's warp charging, which is the fastest charging you can find on any mobile device. And it comes in handy, especially when you don't have wireless charging on the OnePlus 7 Pro, whereas the iPhone has it, so it's more convenient to use, but that warp charging just sort of makes up the difference. Now, I do love wireless charging as my desk and my work, and everything is kitted with wireless charging, so not having it was sort of an adjustment period, but having that fast charge did sort of make up for it. But overall, I think the iPhone flexibility with charging, and it doesn't charge super slow, and battery life is still pretty good. Both phones you get well over a day using it, whereas the OnePlus 7 Pro can eke out a little bit longer if you change the screen to 60 Hz versus 90. Also, the OnePlus 7 Pro is cheaper than the iPhone XR, so you're getting more value for the money. I think OnePlus 7 Pro is an incredible phone for the price, and there's not a lot you'll miss from the true flagship experience, and definitely against the iPhone XR, it's not a downgrade. For me, the OnePlus 7 Pro is just a better choice when you compare phone to phone. Now, obviously, depending on your ecosystem or what OS you like better, that's gonna really sway you in a certain way. But I think for Android, the OnePlus 7 Pro is the best phone you can get, especially when you consider the pricing as far as performance and all the extra features on top. The OnePlus 7 is just fantastic phone. So let me know what you think down below. Is the OnePlus 7 Pro better than the iPhone XR? I'd love to hear from you. And also, I'm going to compare it to the iPhone XE really soon. Anyways, guys, Kevin the Tech Ninja here. Have a great day. Hit subscribe. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.